In 2022, there will be more teen driving than in the past. So let's go live out to Mazvo Auto Care Center and get some driving tips from my man, Chariot. Good morning, Chariot. How are you?
Good morning, Brad. How are you, sir?
You know, I'm doing pretty good, but I am a little nervous because, I'm on the road. You were talking about this before, we went on the holiday about how there's more teens out there. And the reason why is because of course, the pandemic and mom and dad wanting them to be at least safe getting to school or to work or something and not so much being in cars with other people. But kids have to realize that the car is not a chariot. It's a vehicle, right?
That's very true. I love how you put it. It is not a chariot. It is literally a rolling box. Average vehicle weighs anywhere between 4,000 and 6,000 pounds. If you want to know what a comparison is, think of a rhinoceros. A rhino, if you've ever seen one at the zoo, that is a car. Imagine that rolling down the hill at 30, 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. So it is just from point A to point B. It's crucial that we have the teens understand there is no emotional attachment to this car. It is a box that gets you from point A to point B. That's it. We need you to be safe. That's number one. So it is not an emotional vehicle for you to buy like you're buying a watch. Once we make them understand that, then safety comes in.
Yeah, very important right there. And that's, again, teaching them. Always start with the used car. I don't know why some of these parents go out and buy like $20,000, $40,000 cars for kids and then they're banged up already. And that goes to us teaching the kids about driving, which is so important.
Yeah, and when you want to start teaching them, the last thing you want to do is have them get behind the wheel. The first thing you need to do is basically start with a minimum of 10 hours of learning how to park. Period. That's it. Just park. You can go to any shopping center on a Sunday morning. I did that with my kids early in the morning. There's nobody around. Parks. A lot of big parks have driveways that turn around with lots of parking. Teach them to go parallel. Teach them the reverse, back and forth. And you don't have to do 10 hours in one shot. You can split it up, do 30 minutes a week. If you could do 1 hour a week, get them to have at least 10 hours of just parking before you even think about getting behind the wheel.
Yeah, we popped up about, again, we're showing the tips here, but we talk about distraction, and that's one thing that they need to understand. There's different types of distractions. What are some of those?
Yeah, the visual, and there's cognitive, and basically what you need to do is understand that when you have your hands off of, when you're grabbing the steering wheel like this, and you're literally, you take your hands off and you start fiddling with the stereo and you're trying to figure out, oh, what's this? That's manual. So manual distraction is letting go of the steering wheel and fiddling with things. Visual is when you're in the car and you start, oh, look at that building there, or oh, look at that nice car over there, and you're not focusing on the road. And then cognitive is when you're on the phone and you're, oh yeah, hey, whatever, and then you turn around to argue or talk to someone in the car. That's cognitive. All three are bad distractions. Avoid all three. That's the number one problem with teen drivers with, God forbid, accidents.
Yeah. All right, let's go to practice. And you said about this, practicing a parking lot. Why is that so important?
It's crucial because they need to understand that, again, they're driving a heavy metal object that is very dangerous. It is not designed to be a fun thing to do. It's not a go-kart. So when they understand and respect the vehicle for what it is, and they understand that turning and parking is part of learning how to drive, they'll respect the road more. So that's why it's very important to do that.
So, all right, we got one more in this block here to talk about, and this one is very important.
Yes.
And that is no friends or passengers other than parents in the cars, and no music. That is, I don't understand why sometimes even parents go, no, that's all right, go pick up Bobby, pick up Jimmy, and the kids have just gotten their license.
Yeah, and it's always okay until, God forbid, something happens, because you're taking not only your life as the teenager yourself, but someone else's. So you don't want to be able to talk to the other parents and say, oh, I'm sorry, my son hit the car and now my son and your son or daughter are injured. So no other passengers in the car until you are 100% got this thing understood and respected first and foremost. So music, again, you can get jiggy with it any time in the future once you get used to being a good driver. But keep the music off because you want to focus. You know it happens. As soon as you hear your favorite song, your mind goes into that whole cognitive and you start singing with the song and all of a sudden you're not focusing on the road.
Yeah. Shai, these are all great tips. You're going to come back, give us some more for the holiday too, of course, on driving right now as we come back from the holiday a lot more. So, hey, Shai, we'll talk to you in just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, stick around. More mix right after this.